Malaysia's three largest frozen meat suppliers guaranteed halal. Extreme concern as United Kingdom virus cases surge. Hello and good afternoon. Compliments of the season and thanks for joining us. You're watching Update at Noon with me, Amin Carlos. Well, 9 more COVID-19 clusters were detected in Selangor, Kuala Lumpur, Pahang, Sabah, Melaka and Negeri Sembilan by the Health Ministry yesterday. Well, in a statement by Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah, 3 clusters had ended yesterday, making the number of active clusters in the country at 220. Elaborating further, Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham said the first cluster identified as the Sri Lanang cluster involving Klang, Gombak, Kuala Selangor and Petaling were detected through a targeted screening at a factory. Well, the second cluster, known as Jalan Chu cluster, was also discovered via targeted screening at a company in Lembah Pantai, which recorded 44 positive cases so far. Well, the third cluster, the Awan Putih cluster, also in Lembah Pantai, registered 29 positive cases to date. Meanwhile, the Icon Integra cluster and Jalan Satang cluster in Titiwangsa, Kapong, Hulu Langat, Klang, Petaling, Gombak and Bentong, Pahang logged 12 and 30 positive cases respectively. While the sixth cluster, the Tembok Mempaga cluster in Bentong, was discovered through screening among detainees, and to date the cluster has 284 positive cases, while the Timbang Dayang cluster in Kota Belud recorded 13 positive cases. For the Teguli cluster in the Putatan district, Sabah, the index case tested positive via symptomatic individual screening on 16 December. 12 new COVID-19 infections have been detected in the cluster so far. The last cluster is the Rambai cluster, which spans the districts of Melaka Tengah and Alugaja in Melaka, Petaling in Selangor and Rembau in Negeri Sembilan, where the index case was reported positive on 27 December. From 102 individuals screened, 16 were tested positive for the virus. Well, Malaysia's 3 largest frozen meat suppliers, the Alana Group, Amarun and Al Ali Halal's status are guaranteed, and the Muslim community can buy their products without doubt. While Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs KPDN HEP Deputy Minister Dato' Rosul Wahid said the public should not be influenced by claims made by irresponsible parties on social media platforms that the fake halal logo meat cartel had been operating for more than 40 years. Dr. Rosul also said tests carried out by the chemistry department had found that the seized frozen meat from the alleged meat cartel are not horse meat, kangaroo meat or pork. DNA sample analysis revealed that the meats are mutton, beef, goose and chicken meat.
Hantar ke lab untuk dibuat siasatan atau penyidikan, dan terdapati ianya bukan kuda, bukan kangaroo dan bukan babi. Jadi ini diharap dapat meredakan masyarakat yang was-was untuk nak makan daging, nak beli daging dan sebagainya.
Dato' Rosul also refuted the allegations that the government is trying to downplay the issue to protect certain companies or parties. Well, in a related development, Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Dato' Dr. Zulkifli Muhammad Al-Bakri, yesterday paid a visit to Senada Slaughterhouse in Selangor to ensure the work process in the establishment is in line with JAKIM's halal standards. Well, Dato' Dr. Zulkifli said the move is expected to return the confidence in consumers regarding meat products in the country.
Sebagaimana semalam kita telah ziarah dan buat lawatan ke 2 tempat, cara pemprosesan untuk mendapatkan daging import oleh 2 syarikat. Pada hari ini juga kita tengok bagaimana pelaksanaan sembelihan untuk makanan rakyat berdasarkan daging-daging tempatan.
Commenting on the issue of doubt over the meat's halal status, Shenada's Indirian Berhad Managing Director Zaim Nazri said consumers must conduct surveys and choose companies that are certified by the authorities.
Harga tempatan memang agak pricey tinggi. Cuma daripada was-was daripada syubhat tu memang tak ada. Di Asia sana sebab kita dah sediakan banyak lagi platform macam rumah sembelih government, DVS veterina. Memang itu adalah platform-platform yang actually masyarakat tak perlu bimbang. Pilihlah di mana tempat anda nak beli tu tanpa was-was. Jangan sekadar hadir murah, tapi kena terima kualiti yang penting lah.
The 29 police personnel believed to be involved in the Macau scam syndicate led by Eddie Kana and Alvin Go are still under investigation. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Badur said the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, had handed over all the suspects to the police for further action. Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Badur said the cops are on the hunt for the remaining police personnel involved in the syndicate.
Saya telah memberikan nasihat, teguran, peluang untuk semua pegawai-pegawai saya untuk bertaubat, hentikan. Ya. Saya dah berikan cukup masa. Lepas ni kita akan teruskan tindakan.
In a related development, the federal court yesterday reserved its decision on the appeal by Adi Kana, Corporal Muhammad Amin Nur Rashid Muhammad Puad and Corporal Muhammad Hari Muhammad for an immediate release from detention under the Prevention of Crime Act of Pokan 1959 in relation to the Macau scam syndicate and online gambling activities. A 5-member panel chaired by Chief Justice Tunku Maimun Tuan Mat deferred the judgment on the appeal and adjourned the case after hearing submissions from both parties. The trio, represented by Dato Sri Gopal Sri Ram, were appealing against the Kuala Lumpur High Court's dismissal of their habeas corpus application for an immediate release. A Nigerian national and his Malaysian fiancée were charged at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court yesterday for deceiving a real estate company manager into investing more than 300,000 ringgit in a marine products supply project. Well, the Nigerian national goes by the name of Innocent Uchekchukwu Christian, 27 years old, pleaded guilty to the charge read to him by an English interpreter in front of Judge Hasbullah Adam. His fiancée, Suvita, however, pleaded not guilty. Well, Innocent made the plea of duping a 52-year-old woman to transfer money to 11 different accounts for the purpose of investment in a marine product project. The offence was allegedly committed between 9 January and 29 August at a restaurant in Jalan Ipoh, Kuala Lumpur. While both of them were charged under Section 420 of the Penal Code, read together with Section 34 of the Penal Code, which carries imprisonment for a term not less than 1 year and not more than 10 years with caning, and shall be also liable for a fine upon conviction. Well, Judge Hasbullah set 31st December for sentencing and hearing the facts of the case. No bail was allowed to Innocent. Meanwhile, Suvita was granted bail of 5,000 ringgit and 2 sureties on the basis that the accused is pregnant, and Judge Hasbullah set the case for re-mention on 18th January. Well, Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah made and said the remarkable growth in bilateral trade and tourism between Malaysia and the United Arab Emirates, the UAE, indicates huge economic potential. Well, in an exclusive interview with Emirates News Agency recently, His Majesty said the UAE has been one of Malaysia's main trading partners in the West Asia region, and in 2019 alone, total trade between Malaysia and the UAE reached $6.426 billion, a 12.5% jump from $5.709 billion in 2018. Well, the UAE is also Malaysia's largest export destination and second largest source of import in the region, said Al-Sultan Abdullah during his recent 5-day special visit to Abu Dhabi. His Majesty said as a major hub in West Asia, the UAE has always been an important country to Malaysia and serves as a gateway for Malaysia to new markets. The special visit is the third to the UAE for Al-Sultan Abdullah since being installed as the 16th Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Sheikh Mohammed had made a special visit to Malaysia at the invitation of Al-Sultan Abdullah in conjunction with His Majesty's installation as Yang di-Pertuan Agong on 30th July 2019. Well, according to the report, Al-Sultan Abdullah's expressed hope for both countries could continue to explore opportunities to further strengthen economic ties between the two countries. And that concludes updates at noon. Well, in our top story, Malaysia's 3 largest frozen meat suppliers guaranteed halal. Folks, do tune into news at 10 tonight on saluran Berita RTM on My Freeviews channel 123. Or you could also stream the news by surfing RTM's My Click. Thanks for watching. I'm Amin Carlos, and do stay tuned to TV2 and have a pleasant day ahead. Bye for now.